Hello guys, welcome to my channel Master J. This is my very first video on YouTube, so I am happy for every view or sub that I may get. Of course, if you like the video and the topics we actually talk about. So today we will be talking about the Miami Mall alien incident that happened in January 2024, if I remember it correctly. I remember it blew up. And then a few months later, it was just silence. You know how it always is when it comes to alien videos. So let's watch this video from my boy Scaremail, and it's 3 months old, and he's gonna be talking about this a little bit. I haven't seen it yet, so I'll be watching it with you at the same time, and I hope we get some more information that we don't have yet. So let's see.
Teams, but rather 8 to 10 feet tall shadow aliens.
But the real question is, are they friendly? Are they after us? Are they gonna attack us? Are they gonna do world domination on us? Who knows, man? Man, even a year and a half since I first covered this incident, I'm still just as curious about it as I was back then.
Granted, I was just a young little YouTube channel, barely a month old and just 5
like me.
subscribers to my name. But as time moved on, Scaremail as a channel began to take shape. People didn't want me to just tell the stories, or rather, read them in a slow, monotone voice. God, that was awful. But instead wanted me to dive deeper into these mysterious tales, provide some investigative analysis, and decipher whether or not these riveting stories were real or fake.
These are kind of one of the most interesting videos on YouTube, in my opinion. I mean, the past few months I've been only watching these types of videos, and I thought to myself, why not make your own channel and then watch exactly what you want to watch, you know what I mean?
Just like most of these grifters in the disclosure movement, I ran a story I wasn't even sure was real. I'd say this was my biggest fault with my early videos. I was just eager for any story like it to hit my mailbox. A first-hand account about an incident that was already shrouded in so much mystery. A story that could finally stir an audience, keeping them up at night wondering if it really happened. And yet, after I posted the video, which did surprisingly well despite being terribly made, I asked the sender for a follow-up email.
It's a topic that keep people interested.
Hear from him again. But the good news is that there are so many witness testimonies other than Jay's. Other people have finally come forward.
Oh, I remember all of them. Do you guys remember these guys?
Opportunity to piece together this mesmerizing puzzle, to give this story the depth and attention it deserves, and to answer the question that everyone has been asking: did this really happen? In this video, I'm going to retell the alleged terrifying encounter.
We all know
from
that something
several
happened.
New and old POVs, analyze testimonies from key witnesses and figures, and finally get to the bottom of a mystery that has never been solved. You're going to want to stick around for this one because it starts right now.
Well, let's hope that he comes up with some new information that we don't have yet, because I was balls deep in this story. And I wanted it to be true so bad.
Vacation is the one you cling to.
And I kind of do think something was up.
Your itinerary is filled with all the last-minute things you want to do before you travel home. That's exactly what Jay and his girlfriend were doing on the night of January 1st, 2024. Since his birthday was coming up in the next couple of months, Jay's girlfriend thought it'd be a good idea to stop by the Bayside Marketplace to find him a new outfit for the upcoming affair. But when they pulled up to the mall, they were greeted with walkways full of teenagers, who Jay assumed to be in the 16 to 18 range. Working their way through the bustling crowd, they found their way into a clothing store and quickly found an outfit they both liked. So Jay grabbed his clothes and was quickly ushered into a dressing room to try on his new fit, with his girlfriend insisting on him hurrying since she wanted to grab a drink at a nearby bar. Unfortunately for them, they'd never get a chance to have that drink, for their evening would take a nightmarish turn.
Well, I don't know if it's unfortunate or not. Like, if you think about it. Like, I mean,
As Jay was
it happened regardless. If I had the choice, I would have loved to be there. Like, imagine you see something like that happening to yourself. Then you know for a fact it's true. We, on the other hand, we're here just guessing if it's true or not. So I wouldn't really call that a really bad experience. It's something like that is mind-boggling.
Loud pops and bangs could be heard somewhere outside the store. His girlfriend ran up to the door and
And this is also a problem. This AI stuff, like for example the new Sora 2, it is so realistic. Not this picture, but I've seen some videos that are like hyper realistic, and it's hard to like tell the fakes from the truths apart. So, like in future, just it's gonna be a real problem for us to know if something's real or fake.
banged on it, begging for him to leave the clothes so they could flee. He assumed immediately that a shooting must have happened, so he quickly put on his clothes and ran out the dressing room. But to their surprise, Jay witnesses a stampede of people running outside the window as two store workers seal the front door shut, locking it closed as customers and workers alike hid for their lives. Jay and his girlfriend do the same, hiding behind a giant clothes rack near the back of the store. Eventually, Jay musters up the courage to sneak his way up to the front of the store to look out the windows, hoping the coast is clear enough for them to make a run for it. And at first, this is what Jay sees: a completely empty walkway, barren of anyone or anything. Jay signals to his girlfriend to work her way up so they can make a run for it, until he saw something terrifying, something even scarier than an active shooter. Jay sees a tall, translucent being strutting down the walkway.
Imagine that.
He struggles to
Imagine
decide what it
that.
looks
Oh
like,
my gosh.
just that the way it moves is incredibly unsettling. What he sees is so disturbing that he can't help but tear up with fear. He describes its mysterious walking motion, with its legs gliding along the ground with varying speeds, like it was
Yeah, multiple
being sped
people were
up
saying
and
that.
slowed down,
And some people were saying it was like glitching in and out. So
then the being was followed by others
I don't know.
as they continued to walk down the walkway. People within the store started to see what Jay was witnessing and let out audible gasps and screams as the supposed aliens walked by. Unsurprisingly, a panic ensued within the store. Everyone crowded the emergency exit.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I would be hella scared if that happened to me. But in the aftermath, if you get home safe, it's kind of a nice experience to have at the same time. I mean, as I said earlier, then you know. If you know, you know.
Door in the very back. And once it was opened, everyone squeezed through the tiny exit and made a run for it. Jay describes the horrid scene, fleeing with his girlfriend toward an incredibly long barricade of cop cars. And to their surprise, the police in front appeared to be flagging them down to stop, instead of waving them through to get to safety. To the surprise of absolutely no one, Jay, along with many others, stormed right by them, refusing to stop by the supposed checkpoint. They run over a mile back to their hotel, abandoning their rental car in the mall's parking lot. Once they got back to their room, Jay turns on the news to learn more about what mysterious entities they just encountered and what the police were going to do about containing them. But unsurprisingly, the media downplayed the entire incident, claiming it was merely a bunch of kids that were shooting fireworks at one another, stating that there were no aliens of any kind and that the whole ordeal was due to mass hysteria.
Of course they would
Jay
say
and his
that,
girlfriend
like
go
always.
to bed that night petrified, knowing that these beings, or whatever they are still out there. Sometime later, after Jay is back home in Ohio, far away from Bayside, Jay sees his local news covering the terrifying event. He feels the need to share his side of the story, so he calls and arranges a one-on-one interview to be aired later in the week. But strangely, just one day before he's scheduled to be interviewed, Jay receives a phone call from a mysterious voice telling him plainly,
"Don't go through with the interview.
he says.
Cancel it now. We won't be able to protect you if you go through with this."
I would cancel it
Why?
immediately. I mean, it's not that serious that I'm gonna risk my life. You never know who you're messing with this kind of stuff.
Heard from again.
I'll be on the phone like, I deleted.
So I'm sure your first question is, what happened to Jay? Well, your guess is as good as mine. Like I said, I reached out to him for a follow-up and never heard back. And whether you think it's because he was threatened to stay silent or merely had nothing more to add to his story is completely up to you. But the good news is that Jay's story isn't the only one we have to go off of anymore, because other witnesses have come forward and, unlike Jay, we can look them in the eye. So the first clip I'm going to show you is from a guy named Cubans00 on TikTok. And this is what he had to say about it. Take a look.
I'm posting this, and I want y'all to repost, save this video, post it on other platforms before it gets taken
This is
down.
one of the guys I found most believable. One of the most believable ones. There was an older guy as well, and his wife. They said the same thing, so...
We noticed a lot of kids there. It wasn't a real big deal at first until they got to arguing and shoving, and then like weapons got brought in, and they started fighting, running all over the mall, chaos just all over the place. So we thought we heard gunshots, but it turns out that was actually fireworks. But either way, that caused everybody to start rushing for the doors. People was leaving stuff behind. I mean, just dragging their kids. It was just complete fucking chaos, man. Anyway, so as we running, we look back and we noticed some weird shapes taller than me. I'm 6'2", shadowy, dark, solid shapes, not human. I promise you, these is not human. I mean,
they all said that. All of them, all the witnesses gave the same explanation about how they looked.
After that, man, I can't explain what that was. I can't say that was alien.
Like, why would they do that? What do they have to benefit out of that?
It was not human, and they online. I don't know if they're trying to cover this stuff up, but they saying that it was police officers and somebody, not shadowy figures. It's 2024, man. It's something going on. There's something going on, and they trying to cover it up. A lot of people saw what I saw, and like I say, it was so much chaos ensued that it was just hard to let that sink in, that we was realizing what we looking at. I mean, it's something you can never even...
I don't know how I would react in that situation, to be honest.
I'm putting this out there,
I'd be scared, most definitely, but
this stuff is
there's
real.
two types of people.
Get this out and spread this.
There's the guys that freeze or run. I think I'm a runner. I think I'm a runner.
And if you were a person that was there and you saw it,
it's in my genes, I guess.
Because they trying
we don't wait to play around. Or find out. We run and ask questions later.
Will be taken down. So don't listen to the media. This shit is real, and whatever it is, they do not want people to know about it.
Now, first things first, this sounds almost identical to Jay's story. It's so similar that I was even tempted to ask if it was him when I messaged him on TikTok. But instead, I just kept it professional and asked if he was willing to speak more on his experience. I haven't heard back yet, but I'll be sure to update you guys if I do. Obviously, I can't say for 100% certainty that his story is legit, but the fact that there are consistencies in both he and Jay's stories, well, that lends some credibility to the event as a whole. But, of course, we need to listen to more testimonies and see if we can find some more similarities.
I found like 4 or 5 further videos that kind of said the same thing.
My name is Nodik, and I was also at the mall when I saw the 10 feet alien. I'm gonna give you my testimony right now. So what I saw, I was just standing in the side of the mall, and then I saw everybody running towards the center of the mall. As everybody's running towards the center of the mall, I went to try to take out my phone. But as soon as I got to my phone, I looked up and I see this 10 feet creature just like moving side to side. The images was like cutting in and out. It wasn't clear. He was fading in and out of like reality, I guess. And then 3 other ones appeared and they was fading in and out of reality too. It's like they wanted to be here, but it's like we had the power to see them, but we couldn't see them all the way. Like we needed to have, I don't know, or they needed to come all the way out. I don't know. But it was a little shaky. The cops came. It was like 1 million cops out there. It was nasty. And then they asked everybody for their phones right before.
Yeah, he's not the only one that said that about the phones too. There were some other guys that said the police were asking about their phones and if they had video evidence and stuff.
Somebody with a picture and a video.
Then show it up. Show it.
Miami. He's a resident of Miami, and from Orlando. And he was at the mall too. So.
Oh, I would love to see that.
Cool.
I would love to see
I was
that.
like, "Yeah, you got that?" He was like, "Yeah, I got that." So, me and him are in contact, and he's just scared to release the video.
That's crazy though. Like if you see something that you have never seen in your life before or didn't even expect to see, and you're super scared, like it boggles my mind that people still have like the brain capacity to take out their phone and videotape that. I think if I was scared to a point where I would think my life is in danger, I wouldn't. That would be the last thing I would think about, taking a video, or a picture of something that, you know, could potentially in my mind kill me. So that's always crazy.
But I guess, but
So, right off the bat, he talks about how weird the so called aliens looked. Something that Jay also mentioned. They don't look like typical aliens, they were something completely different. Another thing that's consistent with Jay's story is that the cops were trying to flag people down and delete their pictures and videos of the events off people's phones. So, again, this adds some credit to Jay's story and the incident as a whole. Now, does this mean this event occurred without a doubt? Well, no. We have to remember that everyone could just be piggybacking off each other to make it seem
That's
like their
true.
stories are consistent.
That's true.
But even so, there are similarities in each of the stories so far, and that can't be ignored. And just like the previous poster, I messaged him if he was willing to talk more about his testimony. Haven't heard
And
back
all those
yet, but
testimonies
like
came
I
out
said,
like
I'll probably have to
within
update
like
you
3
guys
days
over
span.
time.
So
But another thing to mention is that this
I don't
person
know.
was
I
next
kinda
to
do
someone
believe
who
what went on there.
allegedly got good footage of the creatures. You know, the guy who is also from Miami or Orlando or whatever. Unfortunately, that footage has yet to be seen. If anyone finds it, feel free to link it to my comments or just DM me. But anyway, this next clip I'm about to show you is even more interesting for several reasons. It comes from a user by the name of Lil2Much700 on TikTok. And, well, just watch.
I'm here to set the record straight.
he is a little too much.
Like,
I remember this guy too.
literally have been getting interrogated by the Miami Police Department.
He started like
for a day.
catfishing off of this story. It was a little weird.
It is really aliens. It's really aliens. And I cannot believe that the Miami Police Department is really going to try to make it seem like they had all those police cars and stuff out there over some kids fighting, y'all. We talking
That's
about
a good point.
blocks. They asked us, first they asked us what we saw. It was me.
And the way he's explaining it, it's kind of
and one
believable.
my homegirls. All three of us being basically locked the fuck up. I ain't trying to get in trouble or nothing like that, but I'm just telling y'all, man, this shit is so real, man. Like, everybody saw it. There will be more reports coming out.
Like, look at him. The way he's explaining it sounds like truth. Because if you're just trying to like make up a story, I don't think you're gonna be that serious. No, there's zero hype in his voice or gestures. Like, I think he saw something that he believes.
But I just want to go on record.
Like, even if it wasn't aliens, something else, they definitely believe it was.
Any blog site, any news site, anybody who wants to talk to me, please get in my DM, man. Because that's the only way I would tell my whole truth. But I just want to let y'all know, man, aliens are real. It was 3 of them. And we can't believe it. Y'all like this video, get this video trending, and I'll post my own cell phone footage. They tried to actually take my cell phone footage. You know what I'm saying? I showed them that, thinking that I'm helping the world. They trying to delete it. But once you delete something on your phone, they have recently deleted, and you have to put your password in. And I wasn't willing to give them that. So, y'all get this video to where it need to be, and I'm gonna go crazy.
All right, so there's a lot to unpack here, so I'll just start with something that's consistent. The poster claims the cops attempted to delete his pictures and videos of the incident off his phone, which tracks with what the other witnesses claimed. However, things get a little murky right here. First off, he asked for everyone to like the video, and that if he gets enough likes, he'll post his own personal videos of the aliens. which
I mean, it
is
could be
kind
a
of
business
red flag,
strategy,
in
so
my opinion.
yeah, it is a
And
red
despite
flag,
the
but
video
maybe
blowing up, he never
he
posted
doesn't
the
want to give
video,
up stuff for free.
which unsurprisingly pissed people off enough for them to call him out on it. In which
Because at
he
the same time,
responded
you're putting
by
yourself
posting this
at
video.
risk
Like,
if
stop
you
saying
put
all
out
that,
personal
bro.
stuff like that.
Hey, y'all don't want the truth. Like I said, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Hood TV Experts. If you think I'm lying,
Hood
watch.
TV
I'm gonna
Experts.
post a video there. Like, nobody gotta lie, bro.
Okay, so he plugs his YouTube channel and pleads for everyone to go find it over there. But when I searched up this channel,
Oh, I was
couldn't
just going to
find it.
search for it.
The
Okay,
only
he already
channel I
did.
could find was this one, which resembles the name of this channel, but isn't the actual name that he says in the video, and had nothing about alien footage in the hundreds of videos on said channel, at least from what I could see. Of course, I went ahead and reached out to him along with many others to learn more
Damn, this
about
guy
his
put in the
encounter,
work.
and
He
was
put in the
wondering
work.
if we'd ever see that footage. And
You want to
well,
find out the truth more than I do.
this is what he had to say.
Man, like I said, aliens in Miami, I was there. I'm getting a lot of DMs of people want me to come do an interview on their platform. Right now, I'm charging $3,000. That's what you gotta send. And when you're ready, just jump into my direct message. If you got my face on your if you already have a platform and you got my face on your platform, man, I'm guaranteed to do over 500K. So, yo, that alone right there will get you where you need to be. And I'm just telling you right now, if you have a major platform and you want to have me on there, man, you trying to go viral, man, make sure that you hit me up right now. And for all my haters that think I'm clout chasing, hey, you don't gotta believe me. Aliens in Miami, I was there. Ain't no stopping that, bro. I'm going all the way up all year, bro. Might as well get used to it. Man, follow me right now.
I get
You
the
mean
site,
to
but at
tell
the same
me
time, I
I
mean,
have to pay you $3,000.
he's using his
just to hear more of
opportunities,
your
I guess.
story. And by simply putting your face in my video, I'll get 500,000 views.
Which he doesn't even have himself,
All
probably.
I have to say to that is, oh yeah! Scare Mail's about to blast off, baby. See you peasants on the moon. I'll say hi to the aliens there for you. Check out my video on the moon, please. It's linked right here. In all seriousness, I'll eat my foot if this video gets 500,000 views. I will literally dress up as an alien and sit in a hot tub on stream if that happens. Not saying it's impossible, but I only get a max of 50K impressions per video on this channel, so the math doesn't math for me on that one. But anyway,
Well, that's
the fact
because
that
you
he
didn't
has
have him on, right? You
absolutely
didn't give him the
ridiculous
interview.
demands in the first place,
Or else he
just
would be
to
at
lend some
500K right
credibility
now.
to his
I mean,
story,
obviously.
not only hurts his case, but the entire incident as a whole. But that doesn't mean one bad apple has to spoil the whole bunch, because we have more witnesses to look at. The next clip I'm going to show you is from Sosa Pippin. Now, this is probably the most common testimony you've seen online.
Yeah, I remember
It was
this guy.
practically everywhere after the incident occurred, and
Then he
damn
changed
well
up his
kicked off
mind.
the whole
Oh no,
conspiracy.
probably got threatened or
But we gotta
something.
make sure we cover all of our bases and do our due diligence, so here it is.
I was down in Miami for the New Year's. You know what I'm saying? Me and my girl, I got a little timeshare. We was down there on a like a mini vacay, you know, just to start the New Year's off right. So anyway, we happened to be at that mall. So we had Foot Locker or whatever. Next thing you know, you start hearing all this commotion outside, sound like firecrackers or something. So, you know what I'm saying? I grab her close. I'm like, yo, we about to get up out of here, because I originally thought that they were shooting. You know what I'm saying? I thought, some type of gunfight had broke out, whatever the case is, because we're not familiar with Miami, we're not familiar with the city. So I'm like, damn, I ain't even got my blick. So you know what I'm saying? We about to swerve. Next thing I know, it's like crazy. Like, we just see all these people running, like, fat chicks, old ladies. Like, I'm talking about moving. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, old people even move. I'm talking about moving. So my girl, she's like, what's going on? I'm like, fuck all that. We out. Like, I'm not gonna ask no questions. We just gonna follow the crowd. Next thing you know, real like gunshots start going off. So you know what I'm saying? Like, we trying to follow the crowd, get out of there. I look back, no cap, yo, no cap. I look back, it looked like a big ass shadow
but it was solid at the same time, like a few shadows, but they were solid at the same time, and it almost looked like they was coming our direction, like they was chasing us, but they was disappearing and reappearing closer. So I'm like,
So the glitching
yo.
part again.
So we start
But what
really
were those
moving.
gunshot
Next thing you know, we
sounds?
start getting more gunshots.
That's what I'm
Next thing you know,
confused
we start
about.
firing at this shit. Get outside, mad police, all that. You know what I'm saying? The police is like trying to get all the people that ran out the mall. They like trying to like detain these people, whatever. But you know, me and my girl, we ended up just sliding past all that and everything like that. But you know, a lot of people saying why didn't nobody film and all that. When that type of shit is going on, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that, like some paranormal, nobody thinking about no phone. You know what I'm saying? Everybody going survival mode. But for real, they lying, yo. It was they all them officers and all that. They was not there because of no kids fighting. It was really some like movie shit going on in there, yo.
All right, so first things first, he added his own scary music. That's not mine, it's his. That means he's trying to evoke an emotion of fear out of his audience, which
guess
is
that's
what
true.
entertainers like me do. So, not a good start for my guy. Also, his story is eerily similar to everyone else's. There with his girlfriend, loud pops go off, everyone starts running, even the quote unquote fat chicks and old people. Then actual gunshots are heard before he sees creatures that match almost exactly what the others
What
said.
were those gunshots?
Unnatural
I don't get it.
shadow beings phasing in and out of reality. So there are consistencies in his story with the others, but is it really
Like,
that easy
was
to
it those
figure out
aliens
off
making
of
those
everyone
gunshot
else's
noises,
descriptions?
or were
Well,
people freaking out and
so-so
just
would
shooting,
post
just
another
randomly
video
shooting at them?
not even
I
a
don't
day
know.
later and say this.
Yo, this shit crazy. I never been to Miami in my life. I was dead trolling, yo.
I don't believe this part.
Y'all
Why
can't
would
be
he
that
like?
gullible, yo.
Why would he like tell
Dead
us
ass
now, a
trolling.
day later?
I've never been to Miami. I'm not in danger. I'm chilling. Like real, I mean,
Sounds like there's a
wanna
gun
make
right
me
to the
ride
right
out
of him
with
right
you,
now.
but yo, listen,
Probably around the corner,
I
someone's
was
pointing a gun at
just
him.
rolling. I'm
Like,
chilling.
why is he trying to tell us so hard that he was trolling? I don't know.
Shit crazy, yo. Y'all bugging.
I don't believe
Alright,
it.
so he comes out and claims he was just trolled. Now, whether or not he's telling the truth,
I don't believe
I
he's
don't
telling
know,
the
that's
truth
up
there.
to you. Some people have claimed online that he sounded scared for his life in
Did.
the second video,
He
but
kinda did.
there's no real way to prove that. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, because right now, as it stands, it seems like he is the one that fabricated the whole story for everyone to jump on. Now, I'm sure some of you are wondering, is there any reputable source we can turn to? Preferably not on TikTok, maybe? Well, we're told not to listen to the media because they're supposedly lying. But let's see what they had to say about the incident, along with a witness testimony that had nothing to do with TikTok. So, after the whole incident went nuclear online, the Miami Police Department made a statement, and this is what they had to say.
Social media right now. First, our response to that big incident in Bayside Marketplace. What happened was there was about 50 or more juveniles that were shooting fireworks at people. There was also some looting going on. So officers that were on that scene were having a little bit of trouble containing it. So they called what is called a citywide 3, which every officer in the city responded. That's why you saw so much police presence for.
I don't believe a word he's saying.
There is now going viral.
He probably has to do this, but I think regardless of what he would be saying right now, I wouldn't believe him.
So I can confirm
Poor guy.
to you all here today right now that there are no aliens in Miami in Bayside Marketplace
Anymore.
So it's Friday.
At the moment. Now, see? It was before, but at the moment when he was
So
saying
he
that,
explains that
they
the
probably were already
situation
gone.
was what is
Glitched out.
known as a
Glitched out of
citywide
reality.
3, meaning every cop in the city needs to respond. Remember, they think this is a shooting occurring, a mass shooting, an active shooter situation. It would make sense that every officer would respond to this. Now, you might say, but Andrew, of course they're going to try to cover it up. It's the police, blah, blah, blah. Well, more often than not, I'd probably agree with you. Except we have a witness that was on the scene that very night at the mall.
They was fighting, and then they tried to kick people out to slow it down. Then people got pepper spray. Then that's when the police started coming, and then after the police started coming, They told everybody get out, and then not everybody by the street, and they just throwing fireworks.
Now, the first thing I noticed, no mention of aliens. No mention of shadow beings. Just a brawl between kids, which we knew were there en masse that night, shooting fireworks at one another, which was initially reported by all the local outlets. And although this brawl is just from a 7-Eleven nearby that night, this footage is actually taken from the mall during the incident, with people fleeing the scene of the crime afterwards. So we even have footage of the brawl.
I remember there was a video of this one kid. His dad was an officer, and he called him on stream to ask him what really went down. And the dad said he couldn't answer. So, I mean, if it was like a fight or just a shootout between some kids, why wouldn't the dad be able to tell his son what actually went down? I was trying to look for the video, but I can't find it anymore. Actually, I did find it. Let's watch this first, and then I'll show you this.
What we don't have footage of? The shadow aliens apparently everyone saw. But I know what you're thinking. But Andrew, there's footage. Okay, well, let's take a look at this so-called footage. Here it is. Alright, so let's break this down a little. This is what appears to be a portal opening up in the middle of the mall, but there's a few problems with this. Number one, it's a video of a video, which should already make you doubt. I mean, this is supposed to be 2024. Why are we filming screens? This looks to be a TikTok, which literally has the option to download videos. And if you're not on TikTok, there are so many other ways to download media from other devices. AirDrop, cloud share, screen record, hell, you can even text it. Again, there is no reason we should be filming screens in 2024 and 2025. The only reason you would is to mask how bad and unconvincing.
But there were two other people that were also talking about a portal opening, and that they saw it themselves, and they describe it exactly the same way. A woman and a guy that weren't related with each other. So, who knows?
The video really is. So let's turn our attention to the contents of the video itself then. And as someone who's familiar with AI videos, this is AI. There's an immediate tell.
Because that video, for example, could have also been a security guard reviewing the CCTV cams and then, you know, putting it on his phone so he has it for himself. Like videotaping the screen.
To start, the portal hasn't even opened up yet, and my dude is breakdancing on the ground here. Then he pulls a Michael Jackson and moonwalks backwards. Then there's a gap in the clip that's missing, probably to remove a hallucination with the video generation.
Yeah, that was weird. That looked
and then
weird.
Instead of running, everyone just sits and looks at it while trembling. Sorry guys, this one's fake. But what about this one?
Probably is fake. That one is super AI.
Those three beings on film. Enhance the video as much as I possibly could, as well as slowed it down at the end.
Nah, this one is super fake.
Everyone's going this way. Yo, what is that? Everyone's going this way.
AI at its peak.
Yo, what is that?
They look like tall samurais.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and not waste my time on this one. It's a
Exactly.
terribly made AI video narrated by Malibu Barbie. Hard pass. And
Oh, I don't know
that's
who
the
she
extent
is.
of all the footage I could find. There
Oh, there
claims
were
that all
way
the
more
surveillance cameras
videos.
from the mall went
There were
dark
like
right before the encounter,
5 or 6
but
more videos.
There's actually no evidence to back that up. But Andrew, why haven't we seen any of the real footage then? Well, because it probably shows nothing of value. And besides, tourists are treating Bayside like the new Roswell. It's free business, free money. It's in the marketplace's best interest to not release the footage. Others have claimed that there was a no-fly zone enacted during the whole ordeal too. But there's no evidence to back that up either. In fact, these rumors were all made up after the fact to spark controversy. And what of all the TikTok witnesses? Well, there's no way of knowing for sure, but here's what I think. I looked up all these accounts and they all have one thing in common. They're trying to make it on the platform. They're trying to become brands. All the channels are still active to this day, posting regularly, trying to capitalize off the boom of the followers they all received from talking about the Miami Mall incident. One is even charging $3,000 just to talk about it. And when I messaged each and every one of them to comment about their experience...
But it wasn't everyone. There were like 2 very important testimonies that you did not add to this video. I forgot their names.
None of them got back to me. Ghosted. Now, that could change over time, and I'll update you if it does, but I'm not too confident about it. Guys, I want to believe, but the truth behind the Miami Mall incident, the Bayside Marketplace encounter, is that all the evidence, all the signs point towards this just being hype spun up by TikTok and the internet. And look, I fell for it too. Jay sent me that email and I was like, finally a scare mail I don't have to write myself. Even though it was terribly written and I had to fix something.
But you already said you fell for it. You can't know if it's true or not.
I realized that all their stories are consistent because they used the same story. My girlfriend and I were at the mall. Portals opened up, chaos ensued, the media's lying, it's a cover-up, blah, blah, blah. They all generated millions of views for their channels, got monetized,
so
and
what?
cashed in. But they're not
It's
the
an
only
interesting
ones
story.
that benefited from this. This channel did too. My video on the incident was terribly made. I edited it on my phone, for Christ's sake, and yet it sent me from 5 subscribers to nearly 1,000.
Oh, that.
All for a story that probably never even happened.
I hope I get
Therefore,
5 subs
after
after
the
this.
posting of this video, I've decided to officially delist my old video on the Bayside Marketplace encounter. Because just like the alleged encounter itself, it needs to be put to rest.
No, it doesn't.
Along with that god-awful narrative voice I used. Sheesh. No.
I don't know about this. You gave up too easy, my man.
Can't get rid of me. The thought of it.
And as I said, you did not have all the testimonies in it.
Never come back, please. No. I died.
Okay. Alright, this was a good video by Scaremail. I really like how you put this all together, but at the same time, you did not have all of the testimonies. There were some very important ones, some very believable ones. I forgot their names, but I wanted to also show you guys.
Okay.
This guy.
This guy right here, Dad, supposedly like running for sheriff, and he's a police at the police department in Miami. And basically, he FaceTimed his dad and asking him questions about the aliens and the fight and stuff like that. The dad, like, basically, I can't speak on it, you know what I'm saying? But at the beginning of the video, you know, I don't know, was he doing some type of sign thing, you know, letting them know that it's a camera on and stuff like that? That just in case it probably was anything important. I don't know. I'm going to put that right there for y'all to see. But y'all just tell me what y'all think.
Wait, what?
How have I not heard about this? My dad's a police officer in Miami, and I mean, like, he's even running for sheriff, and I just talked to him. He didn't say anything about that. Hey, did you, have you been seeing the alien stuff? Did you see that at Bayside? Are you serious?
Like, why would he say that?
You're joking. You're joking. Did they tell you not to talk about it?
How many times do you want me to slice the pie? I'm not allowed to talk about it.
What?
I do know what you're talking about, but I'm not allowed to talk about it.
Can you at least say, like, whatever? So, okay, so they're saying it's like a fight broke out. Why did they send so many police cars? Are you serious? You can't say anything?
He's trying to trick his dad into talking.
Another thing I wanted to add in real quick was, I think it's crazy as hell and strange. At the same time, some shit was falling out the sky in Florida that people supposedly seen giants or gray giants or some shit. Yeah.
Anyways, I wanted you guys to see that. And since no one's making updates about that incident and it had me hooked for a while, I just wanted to make a video about that. And I mean, it's fun for it to be my first video. So yeah, if you guys liked the video, please like. If you want to, sub. And I'll see you for the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.